Welcome to the Wasco Horizon installation video. First, check the curve for the correct length and width dimension and to make sure the curve is square. Mark the dimension of the inside of the pivot sill base. You will get this dimension from provided drawings. Using the dimension marks, snap a chalk line for alignment of pivot sill base plate. Next, apply a good bead of mastic that is compatible with the roofing curb flashing material. Note that the mastic is furnished by the installer. Slide the pivot sill base plate into the J-channel pivot sill. Note the corners are welded together. Next, starting on one end, align the J-channel pivot sill and base plate onto the chalk line. Press the base plate down into the mastic. Drill pilot holes prior to installing the anchors through the pre-drilled holes in the pivot sill base plates. Continue setting the J-channel pivot sill and base plates. Check to make sure the sills are square. Continue to install anchors in pivot sill base plates. Note, do not install anchors in pre-drilled holes for support ribs. Weep holes are factory drilled to evacuate water. Starting from one end, install support ribs. The vertical end rib will have a screw groove attached. Install anchors through rib anchor plates and pre-drilled holes in the pivot sill base plates. Align the holes in the rib anchor plates with the pre-drilled holes in the pivot sill base plates. Drill pilot holes and install anchors. Continue to install the support ribs in the same manner. Install the horizontal purlins by aligning the purlins with the scribe marks on the support ribs. Install two pancake head Tek screws through the pre-drilled holes in each end of the purlin. And then just continue to install the remainder of the purlins. The support frame is now complete and ready to be glazed. Remove the strippable protective film from the inside and outside of the glazing panel. Note, if preferred, the exterior strippable film can be left on for protection while the install is being done. The J-channel pivot sill will swivel into the proper location for the glazing. To install the glazing panels, insert the panel into one side of the J-channel pivot sill, and then bow the panel over the support structure and slide into the J-channel pivot sill on the opposite side. Once the glazing panel is in place, align with the first end rib and make sure the panel is square in the support structure. Tap with a non-marring rubber mallet if necessary to align the panel. Next, you'll attach the glazing panels to the support structure with stainless steel panel clips, hooking the curved portion of the panel clip over the upstand of the glazing panel. Align panel clip in center of purlin support tube. Attach the panel clips to the purlin support tube with two number 10 16 by 1 inch pancake head Tek screws. Repeat the installation process for the remaining glazing panels. The glazing panels fit snug into the J-channel pivot sill, so the use of a putty knife may be required to insert the panel into the glazing pocket. Tap the glazing panel into place under the panel clip with a non-marring rubber mallet. Prior to installing the batten covers, install the end caps to each end of the battens. Starting from one side or the middle, install the batten covers with a non-marring rubber mallet. And then just continue installing the panels, panel clips, and battens using the same process. Note, there is a vent tape that is factory applied on each end of the glazing panel. This tape allows condensation to drain but will not allow insects or dust to access the panels. When a narrower panel than the standard 23 5/8 width is required, the panels can be factory cut or, if necessary, field cut, and an upstand end can be installed. This allows a custom panel width to be used. The upstand must be cut back so as to allow the panel to fit into the J-channel pivot sill. The batten cover for the custom width panel is installed the same way as the standard width panel. On an open-end installation, a finished detail is furnished. Here the vertical end glazing panels are laid out to show alignment. Starting from the center of the vertical end, insert the glazing panels into the J-channel pivot sill. The use of a non-marring rubber mallet to gently align the glazing panels is recommended. Once all the vertical end glazing panels are installed into the J-channel pivot sill, it's time to install the vertical end cap. Prior to installing the vertical end cap, install the 3-finger gasket into the gasket groove on the cap. Note that the 2 fingers go to the glazing side and the single finger goes towards the cap. Install the vertical end cap so that the top of the glazing fits into the glazing pocket of the cap. Install the number 14 stainless steel hex head screws with sealed washers starting at the top center and working down towards the J-channel pivot sill on both sides. Note the use of 2 number 2 Phillips head screwdrivers to align the pre-drilled holes in the vertical end cap, and the screw groove in the vertical end rib is recommended. Once all the cap screws are installed, place the closure cap into the vertical end cap to conceal the screw heads. Secure the concealment closure cap with 1 number 10 by 3/4 inch Tex screw at each end of the concealment closure cap. Then install the vertical end battens with a non-marring rubber mallet. Finally, install a bead of clear silicone furnished by Wasco to the top of the vertical end battens and tool in for a smooth application. The installation is now complete. Please review the care and maintenance manual for proper care of your Wasco Products Horizon Skylight system, now available with nanogel for up to 6 times the thermal performance.